I'm going to pick the rest of the stuff that would a hard freeze would ruin, and I got a pail here. Well, I got a switch. I got this little black pail, and I don't know if I'm going to fill it or not, but I got peppers, tomatoes, just a few green beans, and some other things. And this is just part of the fall prep. I got to cover stuff later, maybe Monday. Monday's supposed to be 34 for a high, and I'll probably be out here doing a few things, cover some cabbage and stuff. And I also have some bok choy I probably should cut and bring in the house. So here we go. And here's the first is these peppers. And they're not really ripe yet, but they got to come in. They'll be ruined here in a couple days when it freezes hard. And these are sweet peppers. They were supposed to be bell peppers, but when you buy starter plants at a store, it's a gamble. Another one. Okay, are you all picked? Have a look at the bottom. Nope. No. There's some down here on the ground on this plant. Yeah. That one was in the dirt, but it's not spoiling yet. Here's one down here. Any viewers? I have everything set up right. It takes a while to start it. I've got a viewer. I need a like, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead. I've been making garden videos for over a year now, year and a half. And that viewer took off. He didn't like this. So here's another plant. Ooh, that one's rotten. I think. Yep. All right. Here's one. Where'd you go? This one might just have one. Any more? Well, they're still blooming. Oh, there's one down here. 3 viewers. Great. Chat. I'll chat back. They're little, but the chili pot don't matter or mind if they're small. 5 viewers, great. And that one had a few. Well, I'm starting to pick off of this other one. Okay. No. Yeah. It's too bad. Those would have been more peppers if we had a longer season. It's kind of probably an average for a hard freeze here in East Tennessee. And it's going to be, let's see, tomorrow night there's supposed to be like a 29 degrees, and that will freeze these peppers real hard and they won't be any good. So I'm doing it today. Tomorrow is football. They have an early London game. That's not London. I think they're going like to Barcelona or Germany. I don't remember. But as soon as early, like 9:30, there'll be football, and I'll watch football. There's gonna be good games tomorrow. A lot of good matchups. A lot of good matchups because the Broncos aren't playing, and the Broncos offense, you won't have to sleep through that. Okay, next. A few tomatoes. I got to pick every tomato that has any size. These little, there's just a couple little ones here. And here's some cherry tomatoes. Oh, there's a few over there. Well, no chats yet. Don't be shy. We had a rain last night and lots of lightning, thunder. And it rained 82 hundredths. And I consider that rain for, like you're thinking next year and the ground's getting soaked real good for, I'm thinking, well, we're getting water for next year's potatoes because that water will just sit in the ground all winter. I think that's it. This cherry tomato really put out. It's a volunteer. Okay. One viewer. Hey, I got a new phone, everybody. I hope I'm getting a good picture. Now, this is a lettuce. It's volunteer lettuce. I had a row of lettuce over there where there's plants growing. And I dug out the lettuce and threw it over this way, and it started growing. And last night I had a real nice salad. And I'm going to leave it. I don't know if I even cover it. One year I had lettuce and I didn't cover it. I just let it go and it survived the winter. And I had a lot of really good spring lettuce from the year before. So that's a lot of area to cover. But if we get down there 5 above zero, it might not make it. So, and here I got cabbage, fall cabbage, and I'll try to make them live through the winter. Here's a couple Napa cabbage. I'm disappointed in the Napas because other ones have gone to seed. And here's another cabbage, and here's some bok choy. And that's going to be interesting how that overwinters. I'll probably cover those here Monday. Okay. And here's my 7th corn I picked the other day. It was 3 very tiny ears. It was hardly worth doing, but I did it. I had a little seed left, and I wanted to use a seed up. So I'm going to have to buy some seed next spring. Or ask for something on Christmas. That's a good idea. Have a garden seed Christmas list. And here's some more bok choy. They're very small. And that's the first year of growing it. It's going to be interesting how they do over the winter. And I'm going to pick every little bean that's here. And I'll probably put these in a stew. And these beans were planted in about the 15th of March. And here's a couple tomatoes here. These are volunteer. Yeah, these are the volunteers I moved over. And they climbed through the fence and they, okay, everybody, yeah, there's some tiny, look around. There ain't much around here. Okay, let's see. Look for some more beans. And I got to go on the other side and pick those. You get a good walk in garden, in the garden, because you have to walk around to the other side. Okay. Oh boy. That's hard to do one-handed. I'm going to do it this way. I got to get it done. Okay. That one's tiny. It'll all taste good. There's one down here. Oh boy, they're just all over. That one's ripe. These, I know there's another ripe one over there. These ripe ones, I got some pods in the house drying, and I'll save those ripe ones with it and have seed for the next year. And I see the squirrel's been digging. I haven't baited the trap in a while because there hasn't been anything for them to mess with. Oh, here's some more little ones. For viewers. No chats yet. Okay. Okay, there's some on this vine. I'm gonna have to hold. I'll manage. Jeez, I'll hold this phone funny. Where is the? I thought there was a bunch on that. There's one down here. Making a very crappy video, but I got to get this done. Okay. Well, there's a couple tiny ones here. Sometimes I would get a whole pail this summer on these beans, and they did really good this year. They slowed down midsummer when it got hot, and they had a bunch of them this fall. There was a good 2 good pickings, and I would cut them up and boil them with potatoes, and then I would have saute onions, and then cook some bacon, and at the end I would put butter in it, and that's my formula. That's my bean formula. Instead of canning, you just go ahead and eat stuff. All right. I think we're all done with the beans on this side. Then we'll go to the upper garden and get more things. And I'm gonna have to dump some of this water before it freezes hard, because some of these containers may break if it gets pretty cold, gets cold and gets some ice in those containers. Okay, let's see. Look over here. Oh, that's where I won't even talk about that. Oh man, let's see. There was a tomato here, but I think there's nothing left there. And this one's another cherry volunteer with a bunch of green ones on it. This volunteer came up in the onion row, and I left it. It was really kind of sick looking, and I was careful not to hoe it out, and I left it, and I've gotten quite a few tomatoes off of it this year. All right, here's some more. Come on, stay up here. Okay. Okay. Got that one. Got a couple viewers. Like to do, feel free to chat. Haven't had any chats this morning. And here's this tomato that I threw up in the marigold. This is all one plant. And I'm gonna need to cut some of these and bring in the house. They're gonna freeze too. And I got, just look at, hey, I'm gonna try something. Lots of volunteer marigolds. I just leave them where they're not interfering, and they're really pretty in the fall. I'm gonna try my new camera and zoom it. I wonder how clear that is. It's shaky, but it's pretty clear. That's what's the zoom? Oh, it doesn't tell you. Oh, that's the 40. I've maxed it out. I'll come back to normal. Okay. Oh, down at the end of this. Try to get through these. Yeah, and there's a couple pumpkins here. There's no solution with that. They're gonna freeze. I can't take them inside. And here is this beefsteak tomato that did really well. Tomatoes all summer. It cracked. That was cracked a little. Got to watch for spoilage on those. So gotta look over here. Oh, there's not that bird again. There's the bok choy and Napa over there. And we need to do some hot pot. They've been not doing hot pot lately, and I got some bok choy I harvested like 3 weeks ago, and I got to throw it out and put some better in the fridge and see if, oh boy, I got to go round and round. Get every little... I don't know if I remember picking any off of you. And here is some cabbage. And that cabbage over there was the groundhog bit the top out, but it's regenerated and it's got 2 sprigs on it. So it might do something anyway. There's one there. Oh, I see one behind me. 2 viewers. Boy, I bet... Okay. I'm getting stuff. It may not look like much, but it's adding up. Oh, there's a red one. Well, that might go in the fridge right away. And here's some green ones. Now, the tomatoes pretty much finished out. Usually when you pick tomatoes before frost, I've been getting like maybe a couple gallons. Like this pail will be all tomatoes. There's a lot of other stuff though that's gonna fill this. Oh man, that's over here. Mixed in with the marigolds. This marigold went climbing into the tomato cage and it's over the top. It's really pretty. I think they're giant marigolds mixed with my marigolds, normal sized, and they have big plants with small flowers. Now here's some over. Ooh, these are nice. They gotta be picked. A little worm. Not much worm damage lately because it's been pretty cold. I just quit spraying. I quit spraying because it's gonna freeze. But I haven't seen any new damage. Okay, are you guys done? Pretty much skeletons for tomato plants. Okay, look around. There's nothing there. That one's... I'll go look on this side. I'll look at this bok choy. Oh, it's starting to bloom too. Hopefully next spring when I plant them, I'm gonna cut all these bok choys and put in the fridge. Here probably Monday, Monday. It hasn't, they can take a light frost and they may take a heavy frost, but I'm gonna get those, they're ready to cut. Boy, there's nothing here. That's fine. And I'll go on my potted ones. I got potted plants to take in the house today too. Now, on the purple sweet potatoes, I took some, they call them slips, and I put in dirt. And I actually put the pots in that water and soaked that soil. And then it rained a bunch last night, so they're looking good. They'll root in, and I'll keep them in the house all winter and then put them out in the spring like I did last year. Now, I knew there was a little tomato on this one. Where are you? Did I pick you? I think I picked that. Pay attention. Okay. These potted ones got very few, but they're... Oh, why'd you have to jump out? Okay, there's a... Oh, did you... Oh, I waited too long on you. I'm gonna have to cut the rod off of that and freeze it. I've been looking at that one and it was fine a couple days ago. I'm still getting viewers, but it's not a pretty garden anymore, but it's still a garden. Okay. There's a few here. Lots of weeds growing in those pot planters. These weeds will overwinter and grow in the spring. I'll just have to dig them up. Is that it? There's one here. Ah! They like jumping out on me. Okay. There's some over here. 8 viewers. We can chat a little. Oh, that's crazy. This is the rain last night. I hauled leaves down from the front yard on the wheelbarrow. And this wheelbarrow's got a very large crack, but there must have been enough dirt wash over the crack and it's holding water. And it hasn't held water for quite some time. And these here, these are volunteer tomatoes I brought up from a compost patch that was in the garden, and they did real well this year. And I'm thinking of putting corn here next year. I might wait until it's like the May-ish, because it gets parts of this area get shaded with this building, and the corn will kind of be slow emerging. Yep. This plant died, but its tomatoes are there. And here's one. No chats. No one's willing. Everybody's I need to clean this channel out because the water ran from the rain last night over here in front of the building. All right, I'm gonna go on the raised bed on the other side of the fence. And oh, I think I see a tomato. I'll probably see tomatoes and stuff. Give it one more look through Monday. Well, that's sort of a tomato. Okay. Go to the other side. And I chopped the grass here the other day. It had a bunch of pumpkins and growing, and finally got to it. Here's some asparagus. Oh, here's this other patch of cabbage and bok choy. The groundhog got into it, and I left a trap for maybe another one, but I don't think there's another one. That's good. Okay, there's a bunch of Napa that's blooming. Okay, we're gonna go walk around. $30. That's a short video for me. Look at all these leaves I gotta, oh, look at that yard. I'm gonna take the lawnmower. It's a little bitty 16-inch lawnmower and I'll put the bagger on and I'll just go round and round and get bags and bags of leaves, and I'll bag. And these trees haven't dropped much yet, and there's a whole bunch of leaves already. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll rain a lot and wash them and wash them down the creek. But if I get to it and there's still leaves, I'll just mulch them too. Sweetwater Creek, Sweetwater, Tennessee. It's come up a little bit. We've had like maybe 4.5 inches of rain over the last few weeks, and it's pretty much all gone. And here's a pecan. This is the one off this tree here. It's got relatively large pecans. The squirrel's got to be happy. Oh, there's another one. Ooh, I like them big ones. You just crack them and eat them. One viewer. Boy, they'd rather do gaming than me. And that's probably the right decision. And here's I made a compost pile I cut all kinds of weeds and limbs and threw them in here, and they were high as this fence, and they've rotted down twice. They've rotted down. I had 2 different episodes of cuttings, and I hope by next spring they're rotted down so I can just pitch them around for mulch. Okay, I'll get these tomatoes, these battered, worm-eaten tomatoes. Well, there's a few more. What plant is this? That's that plant. Okay. The groundhog ate these down a couple times, and they were late getting tomatoes. Now this one is, well, it's not rotten. That's good. And these are the raised garden beds I made last spring out of stuff in this yard, the neighbor's yard. And it's pretty much on borders our land, so we're good with that. And there's squirrels digging around. I'm gonna have to address that. Where's some beans? Oh, they're over here. This is the bean this bean reached across and grabbed this corn, and I let the corn stalk. Okay, so there's 2 there. They come and look from YouTube and say, what in the heck this guy doing out here in the scraggly plants? Well, I thought there was more beans over here than that. Look a little harder. I thought there were some that were, maybe it's up that way. There's nothing. And they're easy to see because the leaves are gone. So I shouldn't miss them. Don't see any there. Okay, here's one. I'm gonna take a picture. And yeah, I'll be right back. 2 viewers. Here's, why is this, what kind of zoom we got on this? Oh, or whatever, I'm gonna finish with it. Okay, got that. That one's a, one's got a bean in it. You can either save that for seed or shell it and put it in whatever's being cooked. Now here is the giant Marconis. The last thing I got to pick, I think. And I'll just get everything on them. They did pretty good this year. I got 4 quart bags frozen. That one's pretty ripe. I froze 4 quart bags of them, and I've been eating them a lot. Just eat them. I'd take a good 4 or 5 and put in the chili pot, and it makes the chili good. And these are not hot, they're just sweet peppers. And for hotness, I use, I had some habanero seed. I think it was free, they were just giving away seed, and I planted it, and I got a whole bunch of habaneros. And it only takes 2 to make it decent hot, pretty hot. Okay, did I get you? So I got everything and I'll pick these on the ground. And there's a couple good ones here on this. These are ready to pick anyway. And that one's, it'll work. It's small, but those I'll probably, the tiny ones I'll probably use right away I'll probably do another stew here in a few days. Come on. Oh, this one's got a lot of young ones. Oh boy. It's gonna help with the pail. Filling it up. Man, that's nice. Man, more and more and more. Good, good, good. That's nice. That pail's filling up. This one plant, it kind of grew shoots all over. There's one couple on that lower branch. Peppers. I'm gonna have to freeze a few. I'm not sure. Gonna have to watch the ones I got in the fridge and see how they're. Oh, that one's got to be cut up and used. We're probably talking early week. And I got some frozen chicken drumsticks that I've been wanting to use. And there's a lot of them, so I'm gonna have to thaw them out. I might thaw them and use half of them in a stew, bone in chicken legs, and then the rest I I'm thinking of, I don't know, I can even try to fry them, but, or air fry, I might air fry them. I'll figure something. I want to refreeze chicken that needs to be used up. Yeah, well, there's little tomatoes here. This plant came up close to the peppers, but I brought it over and tied it to this pole, and it did quite well. So I think we're done with the hard frost picking. I'll look around a little bit more. Oh, see, there's one right there. Okay, you're done, Marconi's. Was it worth $4 a plant? I don't know. Okay. I'll take a picture and then sign out. All right, I'm done. And I can't think. There might be a little tomatoes up there in the planters in the front of the house, but that's... Oh, I see another little tomato. Oh, another pepper. I'll pick that little one. Oh, it's not anything. We need another month and a half of nice weather, but we're not in South Florida, because these peppers would have kept going. All right. Yeah. All right, Jim Miller's Garden. Now I got 4 viewers, and well, the new phone worked, and the Verizon 5G did good, so I'm happy with that. And it's unlimited compared to Spectrum. They say it's limited, but they give you 30 gigabytes a month. That's not enough. That's not even close. And I probably used a gig or 2 right now, so I don't have to worry about it. And all right, thanks for watching Jim Miller's Garden. I might do a few videos, a video or 2 here into the winter. There's still stuff growing, and I may do that periodically. And then I might do a video where I'm planning for I point to an area and I say I'm going to plant this here. Like, I'm thinking of bringing like squash or pumpkins maybe in some of this raised bed, especially if I don't need see a groundhog. And then because I can have the vines go out into this lawn or climb the fence a little. So I'm going to do maybe a planning for next year video. So thanks for watching Jim Miller's Garden. No chats today. If this notification would move, I would sign off. Well, where is that? Oh, there's the exit.